Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for this episode of Arrow called Guilty. And if you guys want to check out my video I did today on Comic Frontline, talking about Laurel's new Black Canary costume, I'll have that annotated also. But let's talk about this episode of Arrow. So this is called Guilty. It's very much a Ted Grant episode. And a Roy episode. I would say a centric episode for both of them. And Ted, we learned, was a, ex-vigilante, and he had an apprentice, and there's some problems there, because the apprentice wants to frame Ted, and Laurel's on Ted's side. Oliver is on not on Ted's side, thinks that Ted's guilty. So now it's, is Ted guilty? Is Ted not guilty throughout the whole episode? And we find out that he's not, but Arrow, still wants Laurel to stay away from Ted, thinks he's dangerous. And then the other side of the story is Roy figuring out if he killed Sarah, and we find out he doesn't, which a lot of us guessed because it was a little bit too obvious. If he had a dream about it, it was just him that he has killed people, which we knew, but he didn't. It just builds that Roy-Oliver relationship that we all been waiting for, and that it's confirmed that his name is Arsenal. So what do I think? Oh, and also we get a cliffhanger with Cupid, which I don't really care about that much. But what did I think about this episode overall? I thought this was actually one of the weaker episodes. It wasn't a bad episode, definitely not a bad episode. There's rarely bad episodes of Arrow, but I do think this was a tad bit of a weaker one. There's no really surprises here. I wish there was maybe an ending surprise. The Cupid thing, alright, she's a fan of Arrow. I don't know if I'm really totally looking forward to that. So yeah, I don't know if that could really go on the level of, it could be a bit too cheesy the next episode. If you remember that Smallville episode, Maxima, could be very much like that, which I don't love that episode. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully they add some more droppings and more tidbits of future storylines in the next episode. That way it doesn't feel like a one-shot episode next week. But with this episode, I like a lot of the character moments. Laurel, I think, could have done a little bit more, but it's just exploring her finding out if she can be a vigilante. Obviously Arrow, Oliver does not want her to be, but Ted has this faith in her that she has to make her own decisions. So it's interesting to see the two different philosophies of how to handle Laurel. But I kind of wish Laurel is an interesting character, but I wish she was a little bit stronger to say, hey, I'm gonna make my own decisions. She never really stands up at Oliver in a way I want her to, and say, Oliver, I respect your opinion, but I have to do this for myself. And I don't think that point ever comes across between Laurel and Oliver. But I will say, I think their moments were really good this episode, and besides their romantic chemistry, which is always very stiff, I thought their friendship chemistry was very strong in this episode. And I'm excited to see where they take Laurel, especially since we've seen her in the Black Canary costume. And only in a few more episodes, episode 10, we're going to see her as Black Canary. So what makes her go into that costume so quickly? Watch my Black Canary video and you'll see some theories I have there. But I do like that we get to flesh out Ted Grant here, which I think is very important. I really like Ted. I think he's been a great addition to the show, and this was a cool centric episode for him. Do I think more should have happened? Yeah, I do think more should have happened, but it's interesting to see this character fleshed out that we only seen for a couple of scenes really throughout the whole season so far. I also like Roy and Oliver here. I think we get to see a little bit more of Roy in action, and I love, his standoffish attitude in a way. When Oliver tells him, hey, take a rest, he does. I really love Roy for that. So I always think those are interesting scenes. And then I think the most powerful scene of this episode was where Roy says, don't give up on me. And Oliver's like, I won't. And I think that really just goes back to his history, which hopefully we will explore this season. But it goes back to his own history that he had a rough childhood. He had a rough life. So it's this team makes him feel good. It makes him feel wanted in a way. So I love that moment where he says, don't give up on me. And I think that was one of the strongest moments of the episode, like I said. But yeah, overall, it was a bit predictable in some ways. There wasn't any new information, but there was some good character development between Ted and and Roy. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm upset there was no Thea in this episode. I had a feeling there wasn't going to be, but I think we need to progress her story a little bit more too. It's been a good amount of episodes and her story hasn't really been progressed that much. Hopefully we'll get some more progression there. But yeah, okay episode, and we'll see what happens next week. So if you guys enjoyed, this is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their own situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. Don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later.